Hej og velkommen til Michaels YouTube-kanal, The Share Finder The World. Så har jeg været inde og kigge her på Jeff Williams, som går rundt med en metaldetektor, som gør det lidt sjovt, når han fortæller om det. Han går rundt med en Fisher Labs Burg 2 metaldetektor, og han ved faktisk, at han kan jo bare se på sandet, hvor guldet ligger. Han er rigtig, rigtig dygtig. Og han har lavet rigtig mange videoer, og jeg synes, han er så underholdende. Det er jo, hvis jeres aktier de går rigtig skidt, så kan I jo altid gøre det her. Jeg har selv sådan nogle par stykker af de her med maskiner her, og jeg har også prøvet at være ude. Men det har altså ikke været guldet. Vi bor jo i Danmark, det er jo det vi kan finde, måske hvis vi er heldige. Det er måske en guldskat. Men i Amerika, der er det simpelthen i deres bjerglandskab, deres sten, deres sand, hvor de kan finde guld. Ja. Sammen er det også i Australien. Australien har de rigtig meget sådan noget. Men det er stadig rigtig spændende at gå rundt med sådan en, fordi det der kommer op af jorden, man finder, det giver sådan ligesom en lille kick. Ja. Det er jo sådan noget, man kan have som en hobby ved siden af sit arbejde, eller hvad man nu har lyst til. Man kan få mange forskellige af de her maskiner til at finde noget i jorden. Der er også den, der hedder Garrett. Det er også en udmærket begynder metaldetektor, og de koster ikke så meget igen. I kan få en rigtig god en for 1000 til 1500 kroner. Ja. Og for the English people, I have found this Jeff Williams. He's a metal detector guy. He's very good, and he can see in the sand where the gold is. He have a gold metal detector, gold bug 2 metal detector is his hands, and he told you about this metal detector before his try to find some gold, and there's a video here. It's 33 minutes. It's very good, and he have make some lot of videos in here, and it's very good. You can yourself go in and see, and remember husk at set and subscribe in his video, and also on mine. I said this also to the Danish people, with your stocks is not so good, so can you self go out and find some gold? Yeah, now this is a video, and is a very, very funny guy. He's doing the videos funny. He's not so, yeah, you can see it for yourself, and this is not a stock video, but a video about metal detectors. But he's not this funniest guy in this metal detectors, yes, and yeah, I hope you will like this video, and I hope you will set a subscribe here for me too. Yeah. I go back to Denmark igen. Og til jer til de danske folk, og jeg vil også håbe, at I kan lide videoen, fordi han er rigtig sjov. Og I skal husk at sætte subscribe også hos ham, når I ser hans videoer. Og I må også meget gerne sætte det hos mig, for nu har jeg fundet det. Det vil også hjælpe lidt mig på min side, ja. Jeg sætter videoen over, og så vil jeg håbe, I kan lide den, ikke? Ja. Jeg sætter den lige på noget stor her. Og så prøver vi lige med noget lyd også. Den er meget høj der, ja. Og så prøver jeg at sætte den over.
Jeff Williams here. Yes, Jeff Williams, that car! In this video, I'm going to show you how to metal detect using a VLF machine in some of these creek beds where the bedrock is, because that's where some of the best gold is. All that and a whole lot more coming up!
Excellent!
Now this is bedrock, and what it is exposed up through the wash here where the water's come down, washed over it. You see how rough and angular that is? This is a perfect catch for gold. So what you're gonna do, VLFs are great for finding gold right up here on the bedrock. You can use pulse induction, but I like using VLFs. You're gonna go over this area, and you're gonna scout every little nook and cranny. Clean it out, move rocks if you have to. Don't be lazy about it, boy, and sit there and go, oh, there's nothing there. Gonna get in there and you're gonna work it good. And I'm gonna show you something else. Come here, look at this. All right, now, this is bedrock right here. This is quartzite. It used to be sandstone, but it's been metamorphosed into a metamorphic rock like that. That's quartzite. And you be careful chipping at this because it's like glass, it'll get on you. What you're looking for is patches of bedrock that look like this. This has been worked over by somebody else. They come in here, they cleaned it all off, and they vac-packed it. Now, what does this mean to you? Well, first of all, you need to come in here with a VLF, very low frequency. I'm gonna go over this bedrock and see if they missed anything. I'm not sure if they did. It's always good to go over other people's workings because you don't know how efficient they were. So that's what we're gonna do today. So you know what I'm gonna say, boy. You better. So come on, let's go! All right, now to set this monker up, you're gonna have your sensitivity all the way to the right, volume all the way to the right. These are your two ground balancing knobs. You got your mineralization and your iron discrimination. I usually keep them in the middle. On the back is your threshold button right there. See that? First thing you need to do, son, is ground balance. I like to ground balance mine a little hot. What does that mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. As the detector's going down, it should sound off just a little, not a lot. Now, when I do my adjustments, I'm adjusting this big knob, increments of 1. The little knob, clicking, increments of 10. I'm not that far off, so I'll do increments of 1. I'm rolling it with my thumb as I'm pumping the coil. That's about ground balance. Hear that? It's stable, going up and down as I pump it. Now I turn the threshold up so you can hear it. Now I'm going to ground balance a little hot. See how it sounds off just a little as I'm going down?
Good.
That's ground balancing hot. And now you're good to go. One more thing I gotta stress. Coil covers. Yeah, I know I ain't got one today. Forgot it. Good boots, especially up in this brush line, boy. There's snakes like you wouldn't have never seen before. And of course, you gotta have a good spoon to dig up the material and a good digging tool too. Make sure you got a rare earth magnet on the end. You see that? Because that's gonna pick up the little pieces of metal that drive you crazy when you're out here in the old gold fields, because there's tons of it out here. The metal starts to rust and break down, and your VLF is gonna pick it up. It's gonna drive you crazy. So you bring one of these munkers out here. I got this to chip at the bedrock, and I got this to dig in the soil. If I hear a target, run it around, pull out any boot tacks or broken down pieces of tin can with this munker. But be careful. They got a strong pull. I'm using a rare earth neodymium on that, son. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? Ooh. No, so come on, let's go. You're gonna systematically grid this section out. Your bedrock. You're gonna go over every little square piece. I don't wanna see you doing one of these. You ain't gonna find nothing doing that. You gotta get that coil to the soil, or in this case, you gotta get the coil on the bedrock. You're gonna move it back and forth really fast. Don't go slow. VLFs don't like that. Get it down in there. It might sound off when you bump the coil, but don't you fret none about that. Get down in these little pockets where the gold likes to sit. And you're gonna go over every nook and cranny that you can find. You got something there. And trust me, you're going to find tons of hot rocks. I got one there. All right, we'll start with this one. Where'd you go? All right, and then you're going to do a crisscross pattern. Okay, I can repeat it both ways. All right. Oh, one more thing. Bring knee pads, because this bedrock will turn it into mincemeat. Now, if you ain't got any knee pads, extra spoons work just good, son. Now, I got these spoons from Gary Bass. I'll leave a link down below. He does custom paint work on spoons and classified anything you can imagine. Ever have one of those days where you're metal detecting, you find a target, get excited, only to find out that your spoon is missing? Ooh, I wish I had a spoon I could see. Maybe something that's custom painted to my desire. Ah! Introducing Custom Spoons by TommyKnockers.gold. Wow, look at these spoons. Ooh, I can find these anywhere. Ooh, and even for the ladies too. Ooh, come to Papa, baby, yeah! A piece of metal. Come! Thanks, Gary. Oh yeah, that's better. Woo-hoo-hoo. Now I'm gonna use my magnet first, because if it's a boot tack, I'm not gonna be sitting all day digging. All right, that looks pretty clean. All right. Be careful when you bump these, they'll sometimes sound off. And make sure your cable's tight. If it's loose, it can give you a false signal. Now come here, I'm gonna show you a little trick. Come down here, boy. I wanna show you something real good like. All right, now, when you're down on bedrock like this, and you got a target somewhere in here, and you think, Jeff, how the heck you gonna get it out of there? Don't you worry, son. I'm gonna use physics to do that for me. All right, now gold is what? 19.3 times heavier than water. It's really dense material. If there's any gold in here, it's gonna sit in the bottom. So what am I gonna do? Well, you can bring a straw or a plastic tube, but I didn't bring one today, so I'm just gonna use my face. So what I'm gonna do is I'll blow the dirt out of the way. And yeah, you're gonna get dusty. Then you go over it again. That's my finger. Watch your eyes with this quartzite. Right there, sonny boy. Right inside the crack of those rocks. You see it? You see it? Oh, man. You have to be a blind man not to see that. Little tiny piece. Look at that. Real tiny. Sitting right here in this little crack. That's why you gotta break that bedrock up. That's a nice one. Go over it again. Make sure there's not another one. You hear that? Is that a little piece of gold? No. What is that? What the heck? Ah, con! Ooh, I hate these things. These are called hot rocks, son. You see that? Don't look like much, does it? Hear that? Sounds just like a nugget. You're gonna find thousands of these. Ooh, I hate that. Now I'm gonna go over this entire area with a fine-tooth comb, because if you find one, chances are you'll find more. And I'm gonna work my way all the way up to the top of this thing, like a giant sluice box. The little gold's at the end, big gold's at the top. Come on, I got gold to find, son. See, my knees. So you know what I'm gonna say, huh? Where's my knee pads? No, so come on, let's go. See what I mean? Pieces of can, you're gonna find that everywhere in gold mining districts. And don't throw it back on the ground either, you hear me, boy? You put it in your trash pouch, because some other fool's gonna come up and think they got a nugget and spend all day digging this out. Wasting time. You pick your trash up and other trash. Another one! Come on! What I'm doing is I know there's bedrock down here, right there. And you can see where all this huge amount of water that's washed down has brought in all this fluff and this organic material. So what I'm doing is I brought my shovel and I'm trying to scrape up some bedrock. And so what I'm gonna do is get my VLF set up and go over this bedrock. It's actually quartzite that's decomposing. And when bedrock decomposes, they call it what? Saprolite. And in some scenarios, it's laterite. That's a good one right there. Now don't get all excited. There's a lot of trash in this wash. I found about 10,000 pounds of iron. I could make myself a Buick. All right, remember what I told you. Use this guy. Ah. Yeah, see, I got a little piece of iron right there. You see that? All right, let's go over it again. That sounds pretty loud. Yeah, I know.
Speak to the.
Now it's right on top of this big rock. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's a piece of metal. Yeah, I know. Come here, look at this, boy. I just got a glimpse of it in the sun. You see it? Right there. See where the gravels have turned red? Right there, sonny boy. You like that? Oh, look at that. Look at that.
That's cool.
Who's crazy now, sonny boy?
Oh, den er fin, den der. Den er fin.
Oh, yeah. This is what it's all about. That's real nice. Right there. See where that soil's turning red? Right in there. That's where all that bedrock is decomposing. I told you, but you wouldn't listen, would you? They said I was crazy. Who's crazy now? Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's real nice. All right, well, I'm going to keep digging this out then, because if there's one, there's more. And that's what you should do too. Remember, go upstream as far as you can. If the gold disappears, come back down. Look for side tributaries. And of course, you're going to focus on where the gold is trying to concentrate, in pockets and waterfalls. All right, well, I'm going to get on out of here because I got gold to find now. And ooh, I got to get their respect. So until next time, this is Jeff Williams and the little nugget that could, saying you want to find nuggets, but you don't know what to do? Dig in the bedrock, boy, and you'll find tons of AU. Yeah! Guess where I'm at? Well, I ain't gonna tell you, that's where I'm at. All right, I'm over here at the working face. And you can see there's somebody coming here, and they've already done their reports, and you can see they got the information marked on the face. You can see the vein material they're following. It's got dip to it, I'd say maybe a 60-degree dip. It's got a strike of northwest from where I'm sitting, but I don't have my compass with me. Now this right here, this material is running about ½ ounce per ton. If you're lucky, you can get 1 ounce per ton out of here. You can get some stringers in here. Hopefully these look like they're kind of small, but they might swell. So this is the kind of stuff you're looking for. You can see bands of quartzite running through here. Of course, I'm not interested in the quartzite. I'm interested in this zone right here. So what do? Well, you come in here and you blast out your footwall first. You leave your hanging wall with your vein in it. Then you come in here and you put 4, maybe 5 charges in behind it, and you blast out that onto a muck sheet. You want to collect that stuff because this is your ore, and then it'll leave your hanging wall behind. Now that's why a lot of your mines you're going to see the hanging walls left behind, is because they usually blast out the footwall. That's not always the case, but that's usually how they do it. And that way they can just peel the vein away. That's why you see some of these smooth surfaces. There's actually fissure filled veins. Remember I told you there's 12 different models of deposition. But right here we have a small vein structure, and it's right in between the quartzite. And of course when we blast this away, you're gonna see this nice smooth zone in there. It almost looks like a shear zone. All right, what I got in here, let me get you on in there because I know you guys like close-ups. So I've got a bug right in there, and I got sulfides in there. Got arsenopyrite running through there. There was the last round to go off. And I got some more bugs up in there, you see that? So I got these nice little stringers right here. And these are fairly rich with arsenopyrite, but you gotta roast them. Now, a lot of people ask me about roasting. I like to roast between 400 to 600, but some people add silica to their sulfides to keep them from sticking to the cast iron. You roast for about 30 to 45 minutes. Your material is gonna turn to a deep earthy brown, red, or black. And that's when you know you're done. You dump it in water, fracture it, and then you can use gravity separation like a sluice box or something to get it out, or gold pan it. Look at that cotton candy growing up in there, boys and girls. Ooh, now you know what me and Slim eat when we come down to the mines. Yeah, no hardtack and beans for me. I got all the cotton candy I need. Look at all this track in here. I feel right at home. And then to wash it down, I got some condensation on the walls up there on the back. See that? Yeah, I just run my tongue along the top of it. It's like Mama used to make. Alright, I got myself a chute right here. Now you can see where the ore cart would come over here and they'd stop. Sometimes they'll put some type of a beam here to help stop the ore cart. Then they'll take the lock off the back. Then they'll tilt it to they'll rotate it to the side, because they always rotate. You can do 360 with those things. Tilt and dump it. It'll go down there. Usually they'll have a gate on it. That one don't have a gate. And then the skip car will be waiting down below. And they fill up that skip car, take it up the skip car, and then take it out to the hopper or the ore bin. Now you see all these stalls. The stalls are those timbers holding up the back. See that? It looks like some of those are rough cut wood. Maybe some original juniper from the surrounding hills. But you got some stalls all the way up there. That whole area's been stoked out. Now you just look at the size of that stope. You barely get a man in there to lay on his side. You imagine them up there drilling, picking, blowing rounds. Look at that, all the way up in there, chasing that seam right there. Yeah, you want to know what work is. You be a hard rock miner, that'll tell you what work is. And then of course this is where the skip runs right here. All right, this is where the skip would run, right there. You see that? Oh, and look at this, see these? This is when the skip goes around corners. And then the cable would run on these. There's another one right there. See that? And there's another one right there. Ooh, let's take a look at that one. See where the cable's been burning into this thing? And look at that, there's a tally board. How many skips of ore came up through here? They would bring it out of here. Look at that. And there's the top of the stope right there we were just looking up. But man, this rock is soft. That's because it's saturated. Now these are columns here that were left behind. And it's obvious why they left them here, for structural support. And you'll see these in mines a lot. Sometimes they're a lot bigger than this. Now, it's obvious that the band of mineralization is right here. But you can also see what? How soft it is. See how soft that is? I can practically pull it out with my finger. Manganese oxide in the mix, and you're going to see that a lot in the USGS reports. Oh, look at all those stalls. Stopes go all the way to the surface. You got open stopes. And you can see the drift here. And what they would do is they would get up underneath these seams and they would drill and blast. They'd create these huge funnel-like ore bins. And then when they blasted the rock out, it would collect in the ore bins and they'd let gravity do all the work. There's the tracks for the skip. Right there. There's the head frame right there with the ore bin. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You called down the thunder, you got it, boy. See that? That's the United Pony Express box. And it's filled with gold and silver. Run, run and tell the other Caribbean patrons that the treasure hunt is coming. You tell them I'm coming. And the treasure's coming with me, you hear? The treasure's coming with me!
Ja, det var lige en video med ham her. Han er jo en funny fyr, og jeg synes, at I skal... sådan her. Jeg synes, I selv skal gå ind og se den. Jeg synes simpelthen, den er sjov. Og han viser faktisk meget godt, hvordan I skal se efter det. Og der er mange steder, hvor I kan gå ind og sidde og se, hvordan I skal kende forskel på gruset og på stenene og alt det. Han fortæller det rigtig godt. Til jer, som prøver at lede efter noget. Vi bor selvfølgelig ikke i bjerglandskab, vi bor meget fladt i Danmark, men i Amerika, der har de stadigvæk sådan en masse store ting, hvor bjerglandskaber, hvor er det rigtig godt at grave. Det er jo ligesom i Danmark, at man skal søge tilladelse for at grave. Og det skal man også i Amerika. Hver gang man går ud og gør noget, så skal man i den kommune eller i den bydel, man er i, der skal man søge tilladelse om at grave. Og det skal man også i Amerika, og det skal man også i Australien. Så det jeg vil bare lige sige, hvis I står og har lyst til at gå ud langs vandet, eller for eksempel ud på Amager eller sådan noget, så skal I søge tilladelse om at gå ud på Amager. Og det gør I bare op til kommunen. Jeg har gjort det før. Jeg har gået ud i Rudersdal Kommune, og der har jeg søgt tilladelse til det. Og så får man en tilladelse fra kommunen. Lyngby-Taarbæk Kommune har det lidt med, at de vil have, at du må godt søge, men du må ikke grave, fordi det er et naturfredeligt område. Fredet område. Jeg er ude for den anden ende af, og jeg vil bare lige vise jer det, så I kan selv gå ind og prøve at se, hvad der er rigtigt og hvad der er godt for jer. Hvis I skal ud og gå på en mark for eksempel, så skal I også søge om tilladelse for det hos markmanden, eller ham, der ejer marken. Det er altid godt lige at gøre det, når de har pløjet, fordi så har de fået gravet det meste af det op fra jorden. Men så laver man en eller anden andel med ejeren af marken. Ja. Der er også klubber i Danmark, man kan melde sig ind i. Øh, jeg er ikke selv medlem af nogen klub. Jeg har gået og overvejet det, men det ligger lidt langt væk for mig. De fleste klubber, de ligger lidt langt væk. Og det skal også passe med mange andre ting i mit liv. Men jeg har 2 forskellige typer. Jeg havde købt en billig udgave, og så har jeg købt en, der er lidt bedre. Der bedre kan søge jorden. Der findes den billige udgave, som jeg sagde, Garrett. Det er en meget billig udgave, man kan købe der. Den kan man starte med, hvis man vil det, men der findes jo også andre. Du skal jo også have en, hvis du skal ud og gå ved vandet, skal du have en, der også kan søge i vandet. En, der kan tåle at komme i vand. Så det skal du også tænke på, når du køber sådan en. Der er mange ting, du skal lige være sikker på. Og som jeg også har set i nogle andre videoer, der er der sådan, hvis du går og søger, så kan det godt være, at den larmer både i maskinen og op i høretelefonen. Du skal jo kun have en, der larmer op i høretelefonen. Du skal ikke have en, du kan gå frit med. Fordi det generer alle andre. Du skal have en, der kun går op i dine ører. Så det skal du også tænke på. Der er mange ting, du skal tænke på, når du går ud og kører sådan en metaldetektor. Du skal gennemgå det lidt og sidde og se. Og så skal du også have en, der kan ligesom adskille de her metaller i jorden. Så det er ikke kun for ølkapsler op, ikke? Så er det ikke sjovt, vel? Så det er sådan, du skal ligesom finde den rigtige metaldetektor. Ja. Og for the English people, this is I have watched this film, and I think this film is very good, and I will have yourself go in and look about this. There's a lot of metal detectors some you can buy, but you skal, hvis you will dying, you must have en, der kan take water, and you must also find en, som kan the metaller in the word, nej, hvad hedder det? Nej, in the earth is you must kunne, ja. My English. No, yeah. Try yourself go in and find out. Yeah. I will go again. I will say to you, you must have a good day. Sorry, my English is not good. I cannot tell the words. No. But you can still go in and look and find out. Yes. Og til jer danske der, I må... Jeg synes, det er sindssygt sjovt, og det er spændende, men I skal jo huske, I skal altid søge tilladelse for at gå med sådan en. Det er meget vigtigt, at I gør det, for ellers får I sgu ikke lov. Og så hvis I vinder noget, så kan I risikere at få en bøde i stedet for. Det er jo ikke det, der er meningen. Det er vel meningen, at man skal vinde det tilbage. Eller tjene det tilbage. Ja. Og det kan også bare være, at man finder en gammel cykel eller et eller andet. Men det er værd. Det er sjovt, det er spændende, det er hyggeligt. Vi ved over på Bornholm, der fandt de her guldrør. Ikke? Ja, så det kan være derude, man kan være mega heldig. Ja. Nå, jeg vil gå igen. Ha' en rigtig god dag. Det var en lille film om metaldetekting. Ja. Og der findes rigtig mange forskellige udgaver af dem, og I kan gå ind og se her, de ligger her alle sammen, alle hans videoer. Han har lavet rigtig, rigtig mange. Og det er rigtig, rigtig spændende. Og det kræver, at I har en pinpointer, I har en metaldetektor. En pinpointer, det er sådan en lille pin, hvor at når I har søgt og fundet det store område, så tager jeg pinpointeren, og så finder I det så med den. Det rigtige sted, hvor I skal grave, til I ikke skal grave hele området. Så ja, den er rigtig god til det, og den kan hele tiden fortælle jer, hvor det er. Han bruger en magnet i stedet for en pinpointer. Så han tager magneten ned, og så tager den automatisk op de ting, han finder. Og så kan det være et søm eller et eller andet. Det kan man også bruge. Der er forskellige udgaver, man kan bruge. Det var det, jeg vil sige. Ha' en rigtig god dag. Hej.